season on the line for all intents and purposes for the Philadelphia 76ers. They have a 1-point lead with 8.4 remaining. Having trouble again inbounding. Fires to Horford underneath. Horford gets it to go. 1-point lead for Boston.
Great coaches have become legends in part because they have become synonymous with a system. Think Bill Walsh of the West Coast offense, or Phil Jackson in the triangle.
Get your spots early in your triangle. Get your back. That's automatic.
Brad Stevens doesn't have a famously named system, and it's not always easy to see a basketball coach's impact on a game. But as the injury-riddled Celtics continue to defy expectations, Stevens has been receiving a lot of attention.
Are you ready to call him the best coach?
Without a doubt. Today, he's the best coach in the league.
I'm not ready to say that, but I do think Stevens, Coach Popovich, Doc Rivers, and Ty Lue are the best coaches out of timeout situations. Following a timeout in the fourth quarter this season, the Celtics are shooting 51.6% and averaging 1.22 points per shot, leading the league in both categories. In clutch time, they get even better, shooting 53.8% and averaging 1.33 points per shot.
Hey, go win the game. Let's go.
Stevens is a master at using misdirection. The players love the opportunity to trick the other team.
Brad is a genius, man. Unbelievable. You know, sometimes he draws stuff up and I look at him like...
Stevens is doing what I did as a point guard. I would call a play early in the game to watch how the other team guards it. How are they guarding rip off of pin downs? We'll run it again later in the game, and I will observe how the defense adjusts this coverage. Maybe they adjust and chase rip hard off of the screen. Now I know that the next time I run that play, Ben Wallace is going to be open. By the end of the game, I could tell if a play was going to work or not before we even went out on the court because I had observed the progression throughout the game. In Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinal, the Celtics went to the well not once, but twice to fool the Sixers and take a 3-0 lead in the series. Late in the fourth quarter, the Celtics were down 2. Coach Stevens observed the 76ers defensive coverage and expects them to switch screens. That's why right here, you're saying, we got him. TJ McConnell, he can't take away a lob at the rim. So now your job is to get their rim protector, Joel Embiid, out to the three-point line and beyond. You've engaged Embiid and McConnell, so they can't help. Look at the paint. It's wide open. Brown turns into the empty paint for a layup. Now look at the play from overtime. Same thing. Coach Stevens knows the 76ers are going to switch screens. Rozier clears out, taking his defender with him. Embiid switches on to Brown, who clears out, taking Embiid, their rim protector, away from the paint again. Simmons switches on to Tatum, and Tatum takes Simmons away from the paint. And now look what's left. Al Horford on Robert Covington. A mismatch with the paint wide open. Look at Simmons and Embiid. They're looking back saying, oh, not again. And Horford scores the game-winning basket.
Out-of-bounds stuff, you know, I steal those from everybody else.
In this instance, he stole that play from himself.
Howard dribbles left, slams it with 1.8 to play.
All of a sudden, that thing just opened up.
I earned my name as Mr. Big Shot for a reason.
He's hit shot after shot this year. Another one. Oh, Chauncey, you are crazy. Billups drives. Backbreaker. He did it again. And you are clutch.
Coming out of a timeout late in games, everyone in the building knew that I was going to get the ball. For the Celtics, that guy will be Kyrie. Since he is out, there is no go-to guy for the defense to key in on. All 5 Celtics run the plays harder, knowing they may get the basketball, making the misdirection built into the play more effective. Here against the Wizards in the regular season, the Celtics are down in the fourth quarter. 1.7 on the shot clock. Again, the Celtics create a cluster to cause confusion. Here you have Morris for a quick layup. And here's the tricky part. Now they sneak Greg Monroe over to rescreen the screener's man. By the time the Wizards realize what happened, the play is over. These are the types of situations where you actually do see Stevens' impact on a game. Brad Stevens may not have a name for his system, but it is very clear that he has created the definition of a system with his Boston Celtics.